All right, let's have some fucking fun. Go.
It's been a wild night. We probably shouldn't expect anything less from you, but obviously it's not your job to call the end of the fight. So I mean,
Yeah.
with the way things played out, how are you feeling right now? Satisfied, unsatisfied?
Yeah, I feel great. I went and did my job, and I watched the video. I saw the arm go limp. I know he said he was trying to relax himself, but I don't know any conscious person who just goes. I mean, right? It just doesn't happen. So, but that's not my job. And to what Mr. Bennett said, they tell you in the pre-fight room, if I'm saying protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself, you have to give me something. And he said he couldn't hear me, but there's definitely nothing. My arm's here, so there's definitely nothing over that one ear.
You definitely took some damage early on.
Absolutely.
I mean, give us an idea of how you felt in there. Were you concerned that the fight might be stopped the other way?
Yeah, I really wasn't even thinking about that. You know what? Actually, my initial entry was pretty beautiful. I had single leg to a drag, kind of almost took his back, and then where it went all wrong was he got his arm out the side, and he's really freaking strong, and he went up and down really fast. I wasn't able to reposition myself before the fall, so I fell on my head. And not only did I fall on my head, then he had my wrist trapped. So then he was unloading punches because my wrist was trapped. I couldn't get out to defend myself. And it took me a few minutes to get that squared away. And once I got it squared away, I didn't watch this part of it, but I believe I got into some type of half guard, popped up, put him against the cage, eventually got a takedown, and then the choke.
He came in a little earlier and handled himself with class, but did say he'd really like to run it back. Considering the way it ended, would you be open to a rematch?
Not really. I mean, I didn't really want to fight him in the first place. I like Robbie Lawler a lot. What's the point? Right now, I got a plane ticket to London. I heard they gave Colby Marty, which that's kind of annoying. Nobody likes Colby. Just get him out of here, please. I thought he was getting traded or something. So I'm going to go to London. Till versus Masvidal, that's like 3 versus 6, 3 versus 7. I think the winner of that's probably going to be top 3. And that's who I'd like to fight.
Right here, Ben.
Yeah.
You tweeted some comments a couple hours ago, about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Can you clarify what you meant by that?
Absolutely. Man, if I would have fought like that, the arena would have booed me out of the place. I mean, how many times did they get broken up because of lack of action? And obviously, on Tyron's end, as a competitor, Tyron needs to let his hands go and get it going. But as far as Marty's concerned, he was just pushing him into the cage when he was on top. Wasn't really doing much. And that's like something I've got criticized excessively for in my career. And I've never held anyone against the cage for a while. So, I didn't really like that.
Ben,
obviously, I understand there's some bias involved.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I know that's kind of your MO to, get under people's skin. But, I mean, you really believe that? A lot of people think that was an exceptional performance by Usman.
I don't know, really? That's not what I felt when I was watching it. I felt that Tyron didn't let his offense go. That was what I felt when I was watching it. I mean, really, Kamaru, Marty, whatever his damn name is, he pushed him against the cage. When he got the takedowns, it's not like he progressed anywhere. There was the one segment in the 4th round when they really both kind of let it go for about 30 seconds. And, besides that, how many breakages? You tell me how many breakages were there due to lack of action? I think 4, 5.
There were a couple that felt that they were unwarranted, though. He was in a good position when the referee broke it up.
But he wasn't doing it. You have to do something. They tell you that. You got to do something. You can't just push.
We just spoke to Robbie a few moments ago,
yeah.
And he said that he wasn't anywhere close to passing out or tapping out. You're the one that had your arm around his neck, though.
Yeah.
How tight was that? Do you feel he would have been able to get out of that position?
I mean, he wasn't getting out. It was just, could I squeeze him out before the end of the round or not? I mean, I wasn't letting go of that, and I got a pretty tight squeeze.
Thanks.
Yep.
Ben, after everything that was going on, how does this win rank among all your wins you've had, given how long it took you to get here and all the shit that was talked over the years?
It feels good. Feels really good. But yeah, I keep saying this. Every fighter's only as good as their last performance, right? You have a great performance, everyone thinks you're the champ. You look like shit, everyone tells you suck. And that's, so it's about stringing a lot of good ones together. The quality, I guess, that I don't like to showcase in this sport, but I had to tonight, was just toughness, right? A lot of people, when they get slammed and punched hard by Robbie Lawler, they say, I'm fucking out of here. They'll roll over, they'll give up their back, and they'll get choked out. But that just wasn't going down like that. I was going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until I got what I wanted. So, I think I showcased some toughness. I faced some adversity. And I haven't really faced a lot of that in my career. I've been so much better than people that I haven't needed to show that quality, which, I'd probably prefer it to be that way. But if I got to show some toughness once in a while, that's probably a good thing.
And does it take away from it? It's a good night for you, and you got a lot of great coverage this week, and then you have your friend lose the title. I mean, does that take away from your own personal stuff?
Yeah, that was sad. You know what? I was really disappointed with the UFC staff. I thought I had it cleared on Tuesday that as soon as I got done with my fight that I would go out to the cage. They said no problem. And then I tried going out there, and they stopped me. They wouldn't even let me go in the arena, and I was really disappointed by that. I mean, if you don't want to let me in the corner, fine, but find an effing seat for me somewhere a couple rows back where I can watch one of my best friends perform. I was really disappointed by that fact because I thought the issue was handled ahead of time, and I didn't foresee that becoming an issue. So I rushed back. I skipped stitches so I could go out there with them, and then they stopped me, and I really didn't like that.
Who was it that stopped you? Because I just had seen somebody in the back tweeted the commission stopped you, not UFC staff.
Well, it was probably UFC. It was Dean, which, I really like the guy. He does a great job. But I specifically talked to him about that issue. I said, I'm fighting right next to Tyron. I'm going to get done. I'm going to hustle back. I'm going to be in his corner. And he said, hey, that's not an issue. You'll have time. They're walking from different corners. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, cool. I didn't. They say good. I don't think about it. I didn't think about it again. I got other stuff to think about. And so then when I hustle back, I skip stitches to be in his corner, and they're like, nah, you're out. And then on top of that, they're not even like, okay, you can't be in his corner, but let's find you somewhere to watch it a couple rows away. I was just kind of disappointed by the whole process. And, I understand there's rules and stuff here, but I thought I did my due diligence in taking care of that.
And my last question, had you been in his corner, would you have been saying anything through, would you have been able to give advice to him?
Yeah.
Would you have been able to make any kind of tangible impact other than just being there for moral support?
You never know. I mean, you're right. I coach a lot of kids, right? My brother and I run 3 wrestling academies, and you just never know. Sometimes it's not always me, what someone's going to say that's going to make something click. And, the one thing that Tyron's main weakness, which it showed tonight, is his need for perfection, right? He kept looking for that perfect punch, and Marty just kept pressing forward, and the perfect punch didn't come. But at some point, you just got to let it go. And so I know if I'm in the corner, that's what I'm going to say. I'm tired. Just let your hands go. Punch him in the face. It's not that hard. Hit him. And that's what I would have been saying to him over and over and over again. Would that made a difference? I'm not sure, but I would have liked to have had that opportunity. And, like I said, I felt like I did my due diligence earlier in the week to take care of it. And I guess next time I'll be more prepared.
Hey, Ben, over here.
Yeah, what's up?
Dana said backstage just now that he wants the rematch with Robbie right away.
Yeah.
Any reaction to that?
I pass. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the only thing they offer, is that?
I guess we'll have that discussion. Like I said, I'd like to fight the winner of Till Masvidal. I think that makes a whole lot of sense as far as the division is concerned. And, like I said, I didn't really want to fight Robbie in the first place. I didn't like that matchup. And so I told them yes the first time without a hesitation. First time they proposed it, I said, okay, let's go. Did that.
And then last thing for me, yesterday at weigh-ins, you went to shake Dana's hand, and
yeah, that was
he put his hand out, and you didn't shake it back. What was that all about?
That was my social cluelessness. I did not see him offer to shake my hand, and so that was my bad. That was like no disrespect intended whatsoever. I just didn't realize it.
You were saying something to him too.
Yeah, of course.
What were you saying?
I'd like him to push back a little bit, give him some shit. He can give me some shit back.
Well, now maybe you have that opportunity with this possible rematch.
Well, I was hoping, whatever.
Thanks, Ben.
Yep.
Hi, Ben. At the end of the fight, you shouted to Dana, "Is that the best that you got?" And then you
That's
kind of,
funny, right?
You're a funny guy. We know you're a funny guy. And you had the thing at the weigh-in, and then again, it's like, are you just gonna send him an edible arrangement? Can you guys just make up and move on?
Yeah, I've offered to sit down with him multiple times. He seems to have no interest in that. I don't know what his hesitation is. If I'm gonna be one of the top fighters in the division, to sit down and take 30 minutes out of your day to talk to me, that wouldn't be such a big deal in my opinion. I've reached out multiple times to him to sit down and talk for 20 minutes. He has no interest in talking to me. I honestly, to this day, I don't know what his problem was in 2013. I don't know what his problem is now. If any one of you guys can get him to sit down and talk to me for 20 minutes, I'd love to have that. But, I haven't had that opportunity. Anybody else? All right. Thanks, guys.